Welcome back, guys. So yesterday we talked about the iiRcade and their ridiculous fear-mongering tactics with these posts that they were putting out there about why pirating is bad, about how their device is better than a Raspberry Pi, how you're gonna burn eternally in hell for emulating games unofficially, right? It just came off really ridiculous in my opinion. A lot of you guys shared the same thoughts. Some people are just kind of off their rockers, not knowing what the hell's going on here, right? Because some people lack comprehension. I don't know what to tell you, but they did wind up deleting these posts. And I find that freaking hilarious. So on Twitter and on Facebook, they removed these posts from their accounts. And they also stated that it was a mistake. They were horrible posts, right? So I always tweet out my videos, post on social media. And I saw this guy, Mario, here. He added them, he tweeted at them through my post here, talking about the Raspberry Pi, Retro Pi, and how it's like saying using Intel motherboards, you support piracy. Like, the heck's wrong with you? And the iiRcade dude, Zhang, which I believe is like the head guy there, he responded, thanks so much, and I agree with you completely. Both of these were horrible posts, even from my eyes, and are sincere apologies. Very sincere. I don't believe that one bit, but whatever. These are not the views of iiRcade, and I will monitor more carefully to make sure that such bad posts do not happen again in the future. Zhang. Now, one of these posts was only up for a couple days, the other one for almost a week. I'm sure this guy was fully aware of it and was actually behind these posts. You know, he probably backed it like, yeah, high fives all around. Put that shit up online. We don't want people pirating. We want people paying us to download games, right? Okay, I just feel like in the current gaming market, going this route to, publicize your product kind of backfires. Doesn't really work anymore. Trying to scare people into not using unofficial emulation to play these types of games. And all it does is just, make people more aware that there are other options out there. Buy our $500 bar top or full on device, whatever, with the riser and whatnot. I'm not sure how much that costs after the Kickstarter, but buy that instead of a $35 device. But why are you making people aware of that? And why are you equating like piracy and all this stuff with the Raspberry Pi? The Raspberry Pi, like I stated in my previous video, is used for many things. It wasn't even developed for emulating retro games, just what we use it for, right? Kind of an unfair comparison that they were making there. But it's just, like I stated, it was kind of like their easy target, and it just kind of came off weird. Like, why are you attacking the Raspberry Pi? It's just going to make more people aware of that, right? And then the thing is like, when you look at their device, and I started looking at the specs, it's just an Android device that the specs, in all honesty, I looked through these specs, they're very similar to like these phones from last year. And these are like mid-range budget phones, $100-$200 phones. Not all of them, but some of them are. Like, you'll have like the LG Stylo 5. These are sold through like Metro PCS, stuff like that. Like, the pay-as-you-go companies, and they're mid-range budget phones from last year. Some of these are a little bit newer, and I do believe the specs on this are a little bit improved slightly, but in line with the newer, version of some of these mid-range budget phones. So this is not like a crazy powerful device. I've seen people saying like, hey, a lot of the videos that they're showing, some of the games that they're showing are just Android, games. And it's like, okay, whatever. Not a big deal to me, but like, you're using an Android-based operating system with, cell phone specs, right? What do you think's going to happen with this thing? People will buy it, and their Kickstarter, in all honesty, I mean, they made some money here, but I mean, I always am concerned with stuff like this. They've already said I don't really care about Kickstarter things anymore because I've been burned so many times. But they only had 1,482 backers, right? $660,000 minus whatever the cut to Kickstarter is, minus the material costs for these devices, minus the licensing costs to all these different companies, the partnership with Sega, the fabrication that they have to do, everything, right? Like, they didn't make that money. that money's being spent for plenty of different things there. So what are their actual profits here at the end of it? I mean, that's kind of beside the point, I guess, because they will be selling this through other stores as well. But really, any device, I have to slam my fist down, any device that has emulators running on it, that has retro games pre-installed, or you're able to add retro games to, somebody will figure out how to unofficially add games to it. Right? There's going to be people who buy games from these guys. There's going to be people who say, you know what, I'm not paying $8, $10, whatever it costs to download whatever game. I'm just going to sideload that bish. And it's going to happen, dude. That's just the way it is with any of these devices. Look at the arcade one-ups. People modding them bishes, putting Raspberry Pis in it. People with the Legends Ultimate from @Games, you know, there's been so much going on with that, adding games, using coin ops and whatnot. Like, people will figure out ways and just do it. People will play games on things that weren't even meant to have games played on. Unofficially, the same thing's going to happen with this device. For them, you know, yes, they deleted these posts, and I seen so many things, you know, people unfairly accusing them of the Libretro attacks, hacking them, which obviously they, you know, I really don't think they had anything to do with that. But, you know, they're going on, like I seen they responded to Segata here. Our apologies for the confusing posts. It's not what we wanted to send, and deleted it, talking about those posts that I talked about. However, we're not aware of any Libretro attack. We had nothing to do with it. Please do not associate us with any wrongdoings, right? And I've seen a few other posts where they're like, yeah, they deleted these things, but they're still like against piracy. Any company who's going to be legitimate, who develops a product, who either has the intention of you figuring out how to add games yourself or not wanting you to add games, like, of course they're going to be against piracy. They're going to say they're against piracy. Every company's against piracy, just the way it is. Like, but to go out and attack like the Raspberry Pi and whatnot, and you know, you're gonna go to jail. You're going to get malware. Your computer's going to blow up for playing these retro games without paying us first, right? Without paying them for these games. All this bad shit's going to happen. It's just fear-mongering at its best. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. I thought it was funny. Yeah, they've backpedaled. They removed these posts. What's done is done. It wasn't the biggest deal in the world. I just thought it was kind of funny. I mean, we bust balls, talk a little shiz on this channel. No reason to get offended. I did say in my last video that I thought the iiRcade looked legit. You know, looks like a okay product. Can't really knock it. But yeah, we could bust balls a little bit, okay? So, you know, don't get your panties in a bunch. What? But hey, guys, that's my fun for the day. Really appreciate you guys hanging out, chilling, watching my video. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. Hit that like button. Drop a comment down below. The interaction is what helps my channel grow. So it is much appreciated. So I'm going to give you guys a big ass thumb butt. Boom, boom. Look at them cheeks. What? I will catch you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye and boom. Bye.